What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Coach Black, your internet relationship and breakup coach. Today's topic: you must let your ex wonder about you before you can get them back. Now, if you're watching this video, maybe you just got broken up with, or you've been in no contact for a couple of weeks, and the most frustrating thing about this breakup is that not only was it unexpected for you, it's almost like your ex has become a totally different person, right? The person who used to be obsessed with you, the person who used to call and text you all the time just to check in and make sure you were doing okay. All of a sudden is saying they want nothing to do with you. They're telling you to move on with your life, and basically they don't seem to care whether you're hurt or how you're taking the breakup. So it's very difficult going through all of those emotions, questioning everything. Like, was everything that they said to you at some point in the relationship, was that all a lie? Was it all fake? These are a lot of the emotions that are going to be coming up when you're going through a recent breakup. And so it's very natural as a human being, because of all this intense pain and feelings, that you want to do something to fix the breakup. You want to call them. If you could just express the right words, you could connect with them the way that you normally do. Maybe you want to share with them some pictures from the past to kind of jog those memories of high affection that they once had for you. And some people I talk to, they want to write them a letter so that you can just express everything that's on your mind. Ask them questions, get every ounce of clarity, and hopefully reconcile. See, most times during a breakup, especially when your ex has an avoidant tendency, a lot of the things that they tell you as to why they're leaving, the so-called problems, you feel like this is something that we can get through together. This is something that we can fix. Why don't we just talk about it? I want to explain to you that from your ex's perspective, currently, this breakup is the best decision for them. And this is hard to hear. This is something that I've struggled with on my own journey, and when I'm coaching people, they've expressed similar concerns. Your ex is feeling like they made the right choice. And so right after the breakup, most times they want distance from you. They want separation. In some cases, they even get cold if you keep trying. So right now, your ex is probably looking like they're having a lot of fun. They're partying with their friends, they're drinking, maybe they're posting on social media. And again, all of these things are extremely triggering for you. It's like, didn't the relationship mean anything? How are you able to just move on? See, the most powerful thing that you can do, if you're in that place right now of high fear, anxiety, wondering if there's any chance of potentially fixing things with your ex, the most powerful thing that you can do is to disappear. And I know you've heard that before. You've heard about no contact, but you have to understand how powerful this is on your ex's mind. And the reason is our natural proclivities as human beings to seek safety and security, clarity. Now let me explain. See, most times, even though your ex is looking for freedom, they're looking for fun, they're looking for excitement and relief from the relationship, most times they are never 100% certain that they're making the right decision. The reason they're not certain is because they're human. A lot of times when we make choices with the best information that we have, and we do what we think is going to be best for us. Think about sometimes in your past, maybe, you took a new job, right? Or you made a new friend. And when you were going into these endeavors, it sounded like the best and perfect thing. But then after experiencing 2 months on that job, after seeing what your boss gets like when there's a deadline, or maybe you're not understanding some of the things that they're teaching you, all of a sudden, the fantasy about this job or about this friend or about this relationship that you had, that fantasy dissipates. It is never what you expected it to be. But again, these are part of the perils of human nature. So when your ex is leaving the comfort of the relationship, in their mind, it is the best decision. And they do think that the grass is going to be greener, but they don't really know. There's a saying that I've shared on this channel, right? Your fantasy or your thoughts, it's one thing to have that, but it's completely different from actually experiencing that fantasy. And so because your ex is not 100% certain, a part of them still wants to know that you are an option, that you will be there in backup mode in case the fantasy shatters. And they can just come back seamlessly into the relationship and pick things off where they left off. Now, let me say this before we continue. Please, if you are enjoying this video so far, do me a favor, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the future videos that I put out. Also, if you have any thoughts, comments that you want to share, make sure you drop them down in the comment section below. Now let's get back into it. So, because your ex is not certain, when you're silent, the most natural thing that they will start to do is that they will start to wonder, what is going on? Is she still an option? Is he dating someone else? And again, as human beings, we always want to have that feeling of safety, okay? And what the mind was created to do, let me add this, the mind was created to protect you, right, from danger. That's how we evolved as a species. Now, thousands of years ago, we were in the wilderness and we were protecting ourselves from lions and saber-toothed tigers. But not only is your mind built to protect you from physical dangers, but also from emotional dangers. And so what happens is, because your ex has a little bit of doubt, because they're not 100% sure they made the right decision, their mind starts to work in overtime. It starts to try to solve the puzzle. Where is my ex? What is she doing? What is he doing? Did they replace me? Right? And the mind is trying to solve and figure this out and make sure that they can protect your ex from the potential emotional heartbreak of permanently losing you. Right? This is why silence is powerful. They need to wonder. They need to panic. They need to be fearful about if they're making the wrong decision. Okay? And if you do not give them enough space for this to happen, you're ruining any chances of potentially fixing things. So your ex starts to wonder. They start to feel a little bit fearful. And again, there is nothing as powerful as the human mind, because it's a protection mechanism. No letter that you can say is as powerful as the fear that will be generated in your ex's own mind when they don't have the answer to the puzzle. And so naturally, to get back to those feelings of safety, for their mind to get to a place where there's actually peace, they need to know how you feel about them. And this is when the first steps after no contact starts to happen. Your ex might start to breadcrumb you. They may start to watch some stories or like a couple of posts. And now maybe they post a picture that is connected to your relationship. They're wearing a shirt that, you bought for them. These are subtle things that your ex does to test the waters. But guess what? It's even more powerful, and I talk about this in other videos, when you ignore the breadcrumbs. Then they enter a state of heightened anxiety. And some of you say, well, my ex is avoidant. He's a excuse me. He's a fearful avoidant. Okay. He's a dismissive avoidant, or she's a dismissive avoidant. It works the same way because their nature, their survival instinct is going to override any avoidant tendencies if you give them enough space. Okay. So I want you to know, I really do understand what you're going through. I know how difficult this is. I've been there myself. But when your ex gets to that place of heightened anxiety, you've ignored the breadcrumbs. They have no choice but to do what their instinct is pushing them to do. Well, again, they might struggle with this. They will resist it. I'm not saying that the first time they get fearful, they'll reach out to you. But all it takes is a bad day. All it takes is they're out drinking with their buddies and then the liquor gives them the courage. All it takes is a heartbreak. Maybe they monkey branched and started dating someone else and that person treats them poorly. All it takes is a little bit of emotion to push them over the edge and they will reach out to you. Now, at that point, you get to choose how you will move things forward. If you're done with them emotionally, maybe at that point you've moved on and that's fine. You can let them go. You can ignore them forever. But if you're watching this video and you want to fix things, then you can start to engage with them provided they are pursuing you. And that has to be the dynamic. Now, I have other videos expressing how to handle all of these steps. So we won't focus on that in this video. I just wanted to stress here. I wanted to remind you, if you're struggling with this, your ex must wonder about you. And it will take time, depending on your ex's attachment style. But stay the course, focus on your journey, focus on yourself. And as much as it hurts you, just take it one step and one day at a time. If you have any thoughts, comments, questions, drop them down in the comment section below. I will try to respond to as many as possible. If you want to talk to me about your situation, click the first link in the description and I'd be happy to coach you and talk to you and get all the details about your scenario and see what potential solutions there might be. If you haven't already, please do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the future videos that I put out. Also, if you know somebody going through a breakup or a relationship heartbreak, send this to them. And hopefully that gives them some level of peace in this time of high anxiety. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.